Alright guys, welcome back to the Retire On series. Now, first things first, because I get blown up in the comments constantly, I want to say I'm not your financial advisor, this is not financial advice, and I'm not telling you to completely retire off one stock or one ETF. We are just looking at what you would have to have in each asset to get 60 grand a year. Now, with that out of the way, let's move on because today we're covering ARCC. For those of you who don't know what that is Ares Capital Corporation. And if you still don't know who I'm talking about, they're the largest BDC and one of the largest direct lenders in the USA. Now, they do have a $28.7 billion portfolio. And at the time of filming this video, their price was $19.54, and they currently have a yield of 9.84%. Now, they do pay quarterly, which is going to make the numbers in this video very easy. So, as we step in, we want 60K a year. That's what we need to spend. And honestly, that is the average income of a lot of households, especially single person households in the USA right now. So we take that and we need to find the lowest distribution. All right, this thing has a payment distribution of 48 cents with a seriously long track record. I mean, it's been doing it for a while at that price. So let's get into the math. You can change this around based on whatever amount you need. I'm doing it at 60K. All you have to do is take the math, I put it on the screen, change that 60K out to whatever you need a year, and you could figure this out for yourself. So let's start off by saying we need 60K a year. In order to find that number, we're going to divide that by 4 because this one pays quarterly. Now, doing that, that's going to give you $15,000 a quarter we need to make. It's a very simple equation. So, in order to get $15,000 a quarter, we take $15,000 and we divide that by 48 cents, which is the distribution they've been paying forever, it seems like. Now, that's going to give you the amount of shares you need, which is 31,250 shares. Very straightforward, very round number. Now, in order to find out how much money you need in your portfolio when in this asset, you take that 31,250 shares, you multiply that by the share price, which is $19.54. And what that gives you is you will need a portfolio value, if you did this, of $610,625. So let me reiterate that number again because it's more than some other funds we've covered, but it's less than other funds we've covered as well. $610,625. And that would give you 60 grand a year. Now, in all these videos, I'll usually do a discussion on reinvestment, but all you have to do is look at the track record of this thing and understand that unless you have a prolonged down market or a real estate crash, I see almost no reason to reinvest as long as you're getting the amount you need every time it pays every quarter, which I think you can see by their previous pay streak. They pay, and they're not in any danger of not paying either. So I'd say 0 on the reinvestment side on this asset. Now, I want to talk about the importance of being the biggest in your game, because there's pluses and there's minuses to it. One, sometimes you can get too bloated, but I feel like the way they manage their portfolio, that's not going to happen. Growth can stall, but they are looking at some other ways to continue to grow their portfolio and get bigger. Now, their one benefit that comes being the biggest in the game is generally if you need outside source funding, if you need stockholders that are going to support your company, being the biggest in the game usually makes it the easiest for you, which makes this probably one of the best bets you can really get into right now as far as BDCs. Now, I am not currently in ARCC anymore. I was for quite a long time. And I do plan to get a position going back in it as I go forward, just to diversify my portfolio a little bit. Where I think this one shines is if you don't have enough diversification into the real estate sector, as far as stocks and REITs and stuff and BDCs, I feel like this is where you should start. If you're trying to diversify out, unless you're getting into a multi-fund, where there's a basket of these, I would say that if you're going to go single stock by single stock and choose the best ones, this is where I would start. So if you like this video, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, guys, come on, ARCC is a quality company. But with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, go down, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos, give us a like, and let me know down in the comments, do you own Ares Capital? Are you planning on diversifying into real estate? And what do you think of this asset? And we will see you in the next one.